What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Man, we're kicking off tonight with some interviews of some of these KFL teams. And my boy Robert Brown's supposed to be doing this, but man, he's running late. This guy's going to be late to his own funeral. There's no doubt about it. But without further ado, man, we're going to get some of these guys on from the Granite State Sticks, a team that absolutely made a bunch of noise last year and it's going to come out firing this year. And let's get some of these people on from the Granite State Sticks. We got a lot of the team here. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What's going on?
Not much.
Guys and ladies, man, I tell you what, it's exciting to see your faces again. Man, are you guys iced out up there? You guys ice fishing?
No, we had 3 inches of ice for about 2 seconds here in Rhode Island, but I guess we're out of New Hampshire now. So you guys let us know.
Well, Winnipesaukee has nothing. Well, there's a little bit, but it's certainly not at a point where we'd hope it'd be because I'm going kind of nuts and I want to get out fishing, but nothing's freezing.
I got it, man. Well, last year was crazy. And before we get into last year, let's kind of go over your team this year. And I mean, it's a new look. It's a new look. A couple of people on and off. Jake, those who don't know Jake Angelis, he is the reigning KFL MVP. Had an awesome year, man. Awesome year. And I mean, you added. I mean, you guys are just are loaded up and down the freaking roster here. Steve, man, talk about this roster, man. Who was dropped, who was added, all the new faces that are coming on, and what's the plan?
We had a good core last year, and we had free agency this offseason, which was pretty cool. Saw a couple guys make a few Facebook posts, local New England guys, and I wanted them, so we brought in Justin Lacasse and Kraz. I mean, the KFL knows what they've done the last 2 years. It's no secret that we need to beat Massachusetts. So those two guys have proven to be able to handle that. They're they're local. They're great guys. So that was an easy decision. You can ask them about it. I mean, they wanted to be here too. So we're excited to have both of them. Mark Donio, he's a New Jersey guy. He fishes down that local trail with Kukulis. He travels a lot, does a lot of KBF, so he brings a lot more experience nationally to the team. I guess they call him in New Jersey, they call him the River Master. So just adding some more depth to our team. And then, we heard Tennessee folded. I mean, I had to kick the tires and see if you and Meyer wanted to play for us. So talked to him, great kid, extremely talented. Trying to, add as much firepower as we can. But the remaining players, we know what they can do. You guys all saw it last year, so we're looking forward to this season.
Yeah, Greg, I'm gonna get with you, man. You were in addition to this team, man. You're with obviously the Rebels last year, man. And I mean, let's talk about this transition, going from one team to another. How you feeling, man? I mean, what's it like to be fishing with this team?
I mean, it feels good. It's Lacasse and I were talking the other day about, it's a good problem to have to worry about your starts because. You just going to this team here is you've got the MVP. You've got guys who were in the top 10 in scoring all year. Some were just outside the top 10 as well. Going back to my fantasy stats in my head here, but it's going to be tough. And with the addition of Ewing out of Tennessee, I mean, he said he's willing to travel and he's been in the chat. He's been active. He's pumped up. So all our additions, I mean, we all seem like we're ready to go. And to join a team that was right there knocking on the door, kind of like we were with the Rebels year one, I know how hungry that makes you. So I'm just looking to be an asset and do whatever these guys need me to do on the water this year.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how this team can gel with all these new players. I'm going to get with Tammy Sanchez here. Tammy, going back to last year, something special happened. I think this was like week 7, right? we get on air, we have you on air talking on the live broadcast for like 2 hours, right?
Yeah,
We cut off air, and I think were you not in Maine against Maine?
it
And
was.
you catch an absolute giant as soon as we got off air, and you won MVP that week, I believe, right?
I did. Yeah.
I mean, I think it was week 8. I think it was the last week, right?
Yeah, it was
It
week
was,
8.
it was
Yep.
the last. It was week 8.
Taylor, let's talk. First of all, let's talk about this team, what it means to fish on this team, and talk about that experience that happened to you last year. It was incredible.
Yeah. They're a bunch of great guys. I mean, I can't ask for better teammates. You know, I haven't been bass fishing for very long. Competitively, I haven't been doing it for very long. But these guys have really shared a lot of their knowledge with me and have really put a lot of confidence in me that I can do this and that I can actually compete and, you know, do something for the team. So I've learned a ton. And I mean, the new additions on the team, I can't wait to just continue learning and continue contributing wherever I can, whenever I can.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun to watch, man. I mean, seeing you hold that. Well, how big was it? 24 inches or something like that? Was it 23 inches?
Yeah, 23.5. Yeah.
And for Maine, that's massive.
That's a giant, absolute giant, no doubt. That was fun. All right, Matt, let's get to you, man. You had a fun year too. I think you were second, if I'm not mistaken, Greg. You can correct me on that, man. But I think you were second in line for the points last year in standings. You had a heck of a year, man. Can you repeat?
I hope so. I mean, I think that last year was kind of for the big lakes anyway. When I had fished it times before with not as much success, but that's the beauty of this team is that I learned a lot from a lot of people around me, from Jake, from Steve, from everybody that I was fishing with on the team. And then it didn't take me long, and I ended up picking it up, and it worked out great. And then I had my other local places and had success traveling, so it went really well, and I really I can't wait for this season to start and see if I can beat Jake for number 1.
Right on. Absolutely. All right, Jake, let's get to you, man. Reigning MVP. I mean, look, you had obviously by far the best season, in terms of individual accolades through the season, man. What do you expect this year? More of the same, a little bit better? I mean, you got some big shoes to fill, man, from last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a change. The earlier start to the season is going to be completely different patterns. And I think a lot of us are going to be stepping into areas that we fish very often. That April timeframe, it can be very tough up here. You're not going to see those summer numbers. You might see some bigger fish, but you're not going to see the numbers of fish that we've been catching. 20, 30 fish a tournament. You're not going to be seeing that. Everybody catching 20 to 30 fish unless you get really dialed in on something. I'm really excited to travel more. Look at our schedule. We're going to be doing some traveling, and I love traveling. I love going to new waters and trying to figure out the fish on the new waters and bringing techniques that I do and bringing it to newer lakes and trying to really dial in something new on new lakes. Definitely.
We lost you.
Oh, am I back now?
No, we lost Nosar for some reason. He's
Sound.
talking, right?
Yeah, he's talking.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry. The settings changed. So my question is last year, man. I mean, you guys fell short. Let's just bring up the pain and suffering that happened. Where's O'Brien, man? What is he doing? Dude, you got to get in here. Like you guys fell short. Let's talk about that last game at when Massachusetts came, man. Let's bring out the pain and suffering, then we're gonna get into the good stuff. But that last game against Massachusetts, I know you guys didn't take them on Winnipesaukee. Everybody's questioning that move. Let's hear the real story. What happened?
Matt Lee, you want to go on this one?
Sure.
No. Yeah, all right.
So, I mean, obviously we know the guys on Mass. They can fish Winnipesaukee. Marcone won. the only day that he ended up entering on the KBF trail tournament there last year. The other guys know it well. They have forward-facing sonar. So we're thinking, okay, they would expect to be going here. They know it well, so why feed into their wheelhouse? We got on a good pattern at Waukesha, and the same weather system that, this is speculation, but the same weather system that made us delay a day probably knocked them right off of the pattern that we were on. Derek got right on him, and everybody from the mall has converged, and it was lights out from there. And it was a helpless feeling at the time. It still sucks, but we're gonna move past it. And it's easy to look in hindsight at decisions and say that they weren't a good decision or they were, a good decision with fishing. But that was what we felt was best at the time. We had a lot of discussion over it. Maybe we won't make the same decision this year. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But yeah.
All right. So I got to know like the details and the intimacy behind the scenes. What was the chat like after that game was over?
Wasn't bad. I mean, we went out for we hit the diner on the way out of there as a team, and had a good chat. Hung out for another 2 hours. Pat each other on the back because the goal was the cup. That's what we wanted. I don't, yeah, we lost. I regret that, but I really don't regret that decision. The Maulers know that place very well. There was a lot of national tournaments on that water last year. Hobie, KBF, EKF, our games. If we won at Waukesha, you guys would think it was genius. So it just didn't work out that way.
Hey man, that's
that team doesn't have any weaknesses, man. Like look, the Maulers are no joke.
Yeah.
That was the play.
We
have high respect to them, so it's a compliment to them that we didn't bring them there. But this year, we'll play anyone on winning.
Yeah.
With the guys we brought in and the team growing and getting better, who we had already. Let's go.
I think that was the predominant thing that was being discussed after, I guess. Once nobody really said much for a few days because, obviously it's not easy to talk about. But then we're like, why did we do that? We slay at Winnie. Let's go to Winnie. Next year, no decision making beyond. Bring them to Winnie. That's it.
So there had to have been like this. Obviously, look, man, we know that mass maulers are kind of like the thorn in everybody's side, but there had to have been some kind of like absolute respect for these guys to do what they did. After you guys, they beat you, they go to Indianapolis, they beat Indianapolis, right? On their water, which has never been done. And then eventually, they went on to the championship, man, but you kind of have to just take your hats off and say, man, these guys just are just unbelievable, man.
There were so many teams that could have put the nail in their coffin last year, but they start out with a rough record, but they had some incredible wins during the regular season, and I think the Rebels had a chance at home to put them down. Pennsylvania, they went to Pennsylvania and won. So that run was incredible, but it speaks to the talent and the guys they have on that roster.
Yeah. It's, as I said, to win the championship the first year and come back and then, go back to the championship again and just fall short, man. It's just an incredible run. The run that they went on was just unreal. Look, you guys watch sports, you guys see sports, the momentum that they had after, I think they were 1-3 and then they went on that road win streak, which was just unbelievable. It will never be done. I don't think ever again, to go on that road winning streak like they did through the playoffs. And just do what they did. It's ridiculous. But hey, that happened last year. But we'll talk about you guys this year. Can we bring up the schedule?
Sure.
I want you guys to start talking, man. I want you guys to bring all this stuff, man. Let's go week by week. What do you guys think, man? You guys, there you go. You're starting out at the Maulers. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's get the rematch going. What do you guys think? You're going to Massachusetts?
Did they say where we're going yet?
Not yet. Maybe some of these guys could, like Mark Cohn or somebody could tell them if he's in the chat. But
if it's where we think we're going, we already look back at the scoreboard from the Rebels games that were held there and whatnot. We talked about it, and I mean, it's going to be a slugfest if they bring us where we think they're going to bring us. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun. Massachusetts got, I mean, for being like just a border between Rhode Island and Massachusetts, it's like a whole different world in there. It's this great fisheries in Massachusetts, and then you come into Rhode Island and it's just garbage. So it really is though. You can drive an hour and a half out to the Cape and
I love it, Mike.
fishing for 5-6 pound smallmouth, and you come into Rhode Island and during the summertime, forget it. It's just tough fishing. It is. You guys see it in the scoreboards when the Rebels play. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one thing that I have in common, I know I wasn't a part of this team last year, but the one thing I have in common with these guys is, we've both been taken out by the Maulers in the playoffs in a devastating type fashion. It's like you get that it hurts after a while, and you just want to win. You want to win, and so we've already been talking about it. We're excited. I mean,
we've been salivating. We're looking forward to it.
Please tell me the truth. Is there a little bit of like hatred for these guys or what, man?
No.
Personally, no.
It's more frustration.
As a team, though?
Yeah, we want them. But no, they're good guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I played with them for a year. Each one of those guys taught me something, made me a better angler. I mean, before that, Massachusetts, those guys are legends. When I first met him, I was like starstruck. Oh man, that's Joe. But no, I'm always, no personal feelings. I still think highly of them all.
We lost twice to him last year.
I think
hands for Chuck.
Yeah. It's we want them on the water though. If Mike said they're thinking snip, that's where the Rebels lost to them week 1, year 1 of the KFL. So that's going to be a war right there. Week 1, we're probably going to take the Winnipesaukee when they come up. So let's dance, see what happens.
That's all you can do, man. I mean, that's all you can do. But you guys, I think what you guys split the regular season last year, right? You guys won at home, and then you lost at Massachusetts, right?
No, we only played them once last year for some reason.
We played them once. Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. And so they swept you, really.
Yeah.
The only team to beat us last year, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That hurts.
Yeah. You can see why this is motivating.
Absolutely. Okay, so you win week 1. What does that do for you guys?
I mean, that's going to be some momentum right there, starting the season off with a win. I know when we beat Rhode Island last year, first game, it really got us going, got the ball rolling for us.
What do you guys think about the early start, man? April 22nd.
Hopefully the ice is gone, but
yeah.
What ice, Jake?
This is global warming going on right now. We ain't getting no ice.
we need ice first. Normal year, I'd be worried, but
February up here, that's really winter. So
right,
it'll be ice out in Massachusetts though for that first week. It should be April 22nd. It should be. If there's still ice, we got a day after tomorrow situation.
This is a good call not having it in New Hampshire for that. It's risky. Southern Mass, that's more consistent that you're going to have fishable times.
Yeah, that's what that lake. That I think the deepest part of that main lake there is 8, maybe 9 feet. From what I've seen on my graph, I've been on it a few times. Shallow lake. It's almost like Warden's Pond, just way better and more easier to navigate. So, I'm excited. I know the boys. I know everyone else is excited as well. Snip it to it. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're already talking about who we're going to send. We get a good idea who we're going to play that game. We've been talking about that game, so it's good time. It's good that we can prepare for that, and then let's go right off the bat, week 1. I mean, I wish the season started this weekend, but that'll be an awesome opener.
Right.
But yeah, Great Lake, a lot of big fish. I mean, look, you saw that Rebels Maulers game week 1. I expect the same type of fish to be caught. I mean, that place is awesome.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be fun. I mean, all eyes on that one. I think obviously that's going to be the game of the week. I think it's going to be one of the games of the week is going to be that Sticks Maulers games. All right, we're going to go into week 2, guys. Man, you guys have the Rebels. Greg, you know this team very well, man. I mean, you got the Bass, and then now we get the Rebels, man.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that you're going to be playing this game?
The home New Hampshire games. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go up there and earn a spot. I'm no shoe-in for that. Those guys, these guys were so locked in on Winnipesaukee last year. Like how, unless I earn it, I feel like let them do their thing, really, because I was one of the ones who questioned where they fished in the playoffs against the Maulers, and because from the outside looking in, you look at how dominant they were on Winnie. I'm sitting back relaxing, but if I get the call up, I'm down. I'll definitely be up there pre-fishing too, seeing what I can put together. But Rylands, I mean, they picked up some local guys who definitely have shown that they can fish competitively. Do I know how well-rounded they are at a place like Winnipesaukee? Are they going to be comfortable there? I mean, Katucci, obviously, he can put him up wherever he goes. Gallo went in there, put up 130 last year, midsummer. It's pretty good day, especially on a rough day like they had fishing. And then the rest of the team, we're just going to have to see. I know a couple of those guys like Winnipesaukee as well, but I don't know when you're as locked in as the Sticks were last year on Winnie. We'll see. It should be a good one.
The question is, do they like Winnie when the water's 43 degrees?
We fish in cold water down here too, but I get it. I mean, it's deep
in
it's
April.
cold. It's different. Yeah, it's definitely a different
Much
dynamic
different
coming
animal.
up into a Highland reservoir when you're typically fishing in 10 feet or less grass lakes, like we have swamplands around here type deal. So it's definitely it's big, it's different.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see. I mean, like we know what Winnie could do in the warmer months and then towards the fall, but I want to see what it can do, getting towards that time. I mean, it's got to be a lot harder to fish,
Me and Dave Feischik, another local guy that is there here. We went out New Year's Eve because it actually closes to open water fishing on the 1st. We went out New Year's Eve because there's no ice. We caught 25 bass. We had 16 pounds of smallmouth for our best.
Oh my!
So it fishes. We still can catch them.
Right, I got you, Greg. I have to ask you this, man. I mean, with the Rebels coming in town, I mean, don't you think those guys are going to kind of take this personal against you and this team? What's your thoughts, man? I mean,
yeah, they should
and all, but they should, right?
I mean, they should as a team. They should. I mean, yeah, I'm a part of the Sticks now as a part of the Rebels last year. It's I don't. You're trying to bait me into saying something that they could use as poster board material, and
I would never do that.
I just I just want to let my stick and the Sticks do the talking.
This guy would bait you. This guy,
I'm a new man.
Worst possible timing by Robbie Brown. Welcome, buddy. How you doing?
Was it the worst possible timing?
He just waited just for this moment.
I guess I jumped in at the right time.
Yeah, this guy right here will bait you into everything. I'm just being a good interviewer, man. I want to let people hear what the truth is, man.
So basically, I was talking shit about me. That's what was going.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, look, if I had to get jumped off to another team, I mean, I think like the Warhawks would hate me. I mean, if I went to the Norfolk Privateers, man, those boys would be like, you know what, screw Greg, man, I'm going to beat the living tar out of them in the water. It is what it is, man. But
yeah, but I mean, it's a position now where I gotta earn my spot, like I was saying. So whether I'm on I might be on the water, but I might not be on the water. I'd love to be, but at the same time, I'm not here for personal vendettas against the Rebels, or I'm not going to demand a start against the Rebels just because I'm here to win ball games. I'm here to win matchups and whatnot.
So are we talking about Greg Crass basically being the KD of the KFL?
Yes.
KD?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or the LeBron
Hey.
James.
KD lost to the Golden State Warriors, and then he went and joined them the next season. So,
All right. So your analogy kind of, I mean, yeah, you could draw some similarities to it, but really, if I was KD, I would have gone to the Maulers. So I'm not KD.
Oh,
It ain't
that
it
hurts,
ain't a
Greg.
KD move. I get it, but they beat the Rebels. They were in the championship. They won. I'm just saying how it is.
No, I get it. I get it.
It just is what it is.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jig Master, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, Mr. Robert Brown. All right.
I didn't mean to bring so much turmoil to this.
No, you came in at the perfect time. All right, guys, we're going to week 3, and I'm here for all this sauce. And I'm going to take it like everybody's business, man. Let's go. You see the jacket, you see the hat. I did it on purpose. Week 3. I don't give a crap about your Winnipesaukee. I don't care about your live scope. We're bringing everything with us, and I'm coming. And I'm bringing everything
we know you're coming.
with me. Let's go,
Right.
Matt Lee. Let's go, Jake Angelis, the MVP. I'll look you square up in the eyes, and we're going to take it. We're going to take it to you. We're going to win, and you're going to be crying. And you'd be like, wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hey, I know we're 2-0, but the Warhawks, come on, man. They can't come to Winnipesaukee. We're coming for you, baby. We're coming, and we're going to beat you at your place. Unapologetically, let's go.
That was the best Macho. That was the best Macho Man impression I've ever seen, Greg.
That's right.
Always
rises to the
It's good that you got a little bit of hope, Greg, but at least you'll be able to take in like the beautiful scenery. I mean, Winnipesaukee is a beautiful place. Lakes Region, New Hampshire. We're gonna have a great time, dude. We'll go out to dinner. Go for a hike, do whatever you want. It's gonna be an awesome time, regardless. You're gonna have fun.
Hey, don't fill the lake like New York did with algae and try to, win that way, man. Like, I know that's what you guys do up in the north is you guys dump a bunch of algae in your lake and then you send us up there and we fish crap. We want it in fair fashion.
We're going to need a fair amount of algae to do that. Nick,
the best thing you did, Nosar, was go to the 2-lake system because it forces teams to pick their 2 Great Lakes to fish. So.
Good Nick.
Nick knows.
70?
6 by 70. Can you believe that? Can you believe that disrespect?
I don't know. That's a lot of disrespect right there. I don't know about 70, Nick, though.
That's
70?
a lot of disrespect.
It's a typical sticks limit, and he's basically saying that Warhawks don't catch a limit.
Nick's just being nice.
Basically, what he's
saying. Hey, if you fill that lake full of algae, we won't.
Nick was saying 90 a couple of weeks ago. He must have gave you guys some more faith.
Dude, that number keeps going up. Jeff says sticks by 85.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
That's so disrespectful.
Hey, the Warhawks had a good year last year, man. But you guys are coming to the North this season. You're in the North Conference, and you're really coming north, man. What do you start at Cayuga, and then you got to come to first the Swarm, and then you're coming to Winnie to play Angeles and Matt Lee heads up on their one.
This is what I'll say.
Like, I told our guys, I said we probably have the best schedule in the KFL in terms of like where we're fishing.
This is what I'll say.
Yeah, you're going for that first overall pick in 24.
Oh my god, dude!
The Warhawk. Hey, does Winnie have grass?
Yeah,
a little bit.
They'll be okay. They got some guys in their teams who could definitely fish grass. They'll be
okay.
Dude. In April.
No, is this April? I don't think so.
Early May.
May 20th.
Greg,
there might be a little bit of grass at that point.
Greg, I see many rock bass in your future. That's what
I'm thinking about it. I'm good. I'm good at that, man. Hey, Joe Costa and James Quinn are coming up there with us, man. So we'll be okay, man. We call James Quinn the fish whisperer, man. He'll be all right.
I mean, James will catch some bass. He will.
He will.
He'll catch some bass.
Yeah. No,
it's Jim all coming up.
What was that?
Is Jim coming up? Triple threat?
I think he is. I think Jim Johnson is too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out.
Just be careful when you shake his hand. All right.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's a monster.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah.
You make you feel like you get the Burger King hands.
Yeah.
The little hands.
Greg's looking at me like I don't have to be careful when I shake his hand, and then after you shake his hand, we're gonna see you out there fishing with a cast on your hand. And
he's got. I mean, it's iconic. I mean, he'll pick you up and hug you, and like, oh my god, dude, it hurts. It hurts bad.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I've been talking to him for years. So we've been talking about fishing together. So
he's 6'8" in pure muscle.
Greg, won't you tell us what you're looking to throw when you head up there to Winnipesaukee, man?
I don't know. I'm gonna take Jake's tackle box now, out of the kayak, and I'm gonna throw whatever he's throwing, man. I mean,
you're gonna see Nozar behind Jake during the whole game. I'm sure he's gonna hunt him down, see where he's launching from, and try to follow him.
Man, dude. I don't know anything about that lake. If it's smallmouth, I'm just gonna do what we did at freaking St. Clair and figure it out, man. I mean, we're gonna be out in like 200 feet of water, and I'll be drop shotting something. So we'll see.
All I can say is wear bright colors because people drive like maniacs on that lake.
Oh yeah,
wild.
Yeah,
wild.
Is Winnie pretty big?
Yeah,
44,000 acres.
Okay, yeah, that's big. That's pretty big.
Yeah,
summertime out there, man. Yeah,
it's a zoo.
Boat traffic's insane, but it's
that Hobie event
still an awesome place, man.
Head on a swivel type stuff.
Yeah. By the way, let's make a discussion. Y'all see those new Hobie rules that just came out?
No.
Shall we go over the new Hobie rules?
Now let's go to week 4.
No, it's important. It's important because some of these guys are going to be doing Hobie as well as as KFL, and I think it's very important for people to pay attention to this because there's a lot of big changes, man. Here we go. Increased fee to $295. Top 4 opens plus the TOC for AOI. There is designated launches now for Hobie. This is the big thing. No communication with anyone regarding fishing during the tournament hours. No communication on the water whatsoever. EKF style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Off limits period prior to each event. Can't alter the land, meaning move rocks, trees, or dig trenches. The TOC is taking 60 anglers, and you have to be able to float up or down. No scooting or pushing. And then their field size increased from 200 to 225.
Well, so at $295, that's up what, $30?
Yeah. It's not. That's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Still no motors.
No scooting. I'm in trouble.
You and a lot of other people. Yeah.
Greg, you should get that looked at.
I don't know about y'all, but I weigh 275. Scooting no matter for me. So
yeah. But pretty interesting the fact that you can't communicate with anybody on the water.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that changes things. Tammy, what's your thoughts on that? You got it muted. I want to hear your thoughts on all that.
On the Hobie rules?
Yeah.
Oh.
On the Hobie changes.
Oh. Honestly, I fished one Hobie event, but I don't know. The rules seem fair, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, I don't have an opinion about them. I don't follow them.
Yep.
I think it's a good rule anyway. EKF does it. It makes sense.
Yeah, you
as
guys.
As far as KFL games running concurrently at a Hobie BOS event, we had experience with that last year in Winnipesaukee when Bay State came to town week 7. So, the group chat, hey, don't talk to those guys. Like Jake and Matt are hey, we're not even going to be looking at this chat. There was a separate game only chat that those guys had. Don't interfere. Don't go near them. Don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Nothing. And nope. So we have some experience with that. It's not that difficult. You just gotta game. Everyone has to know each other's game plan a little bit more. Hey, if this spot's not working, I'll be here. I'm going to be throwing this, and this. Who everyone's throwing. So if you see them catching them, it's all right. I know what he's throwing. What he's fishing at. So.
Yeah.
So that actually,
we can still make it happen without having the communication. Plus, I don't know who has the time to talk to people when they're trying to get a limit, trying to get upgrades anyway.
I feel like it does change things, right? Because we for Norfolk, we have I think we have something like that coming up because our second match of the season is against Tennessee on I want to say in Seminole, and it's because the Hobie's there at the same time. And I'm pretty sure they're all going to be fishing the Hobie event. And if our team's not fishing the Hobie event, we're just there for KFL, we're going to be able to communicate. Their team's not going to be able to communicate. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it adds a dynamic in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but again, that's really ultimately on the two teams that decide if they're going to compete on the same body of water as Hobie. I mean, that's really up to them. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys have to conform. If you're going to fish the Hobie event, you need to go by the Hobie rules. I mean, that's just you don't want to get DQ'd from that, of course. So I mean, but what do you guys think about how we're changing the content up? Like not broadcasting or not having to broadcast all those hours. Having to concentrate really till 11 to 1. But then you have, the short form content where, KFL is not going to drive the content. The team's going to drive the content. And then it's going to be, TikTok, reels, shorts, things of that nature. I think that's going to be a much better content proposal for you guys where you guys keep your GoPros running and then you guys are in charge of it, man. What do you guys think?
Always be filming. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because, I mean, everyone's got the attention span of like a squirrel, and it's got, I don't know if they got good attention spans or not, but I mean, everyone's attention span is like 20 seconds long max. My wife can't even sit and wait through the opening credits for the KFL tonight without shutting it off. And it's like, all right, well, you get through it and then you get to the interview, but it's going with that short reel stuff. Like you just, it's a highlight reel. It's like, you and I were talking, Nosar, a couple of days ago, maybe it's like Sports Center. It's like ESPN's just going through all the highlights, and you don't have to sit there and look at when someone posted something and then look back and going and doing all that work to cut up these images that, you're hoping that the guy was this live streaming and he got a good shot and all of this stuff. It's, you've got your GoPro, you've got the live stream, you can pull from both. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, it is. I think so. That's the way to go.
We all get sucked into it, Before bed, you'll hit a video on Instagram and you start watching, then you watch 25 reels.
Yeah.
So clip everything. I mean, everyone across the league should, you're fun fishing, you're pre-fishing, you're doing an individual tournament. Have that GoPro going, clip it.
Yeah.
Put some edited clips together, put some music in there. I mean, that's
just be creative, man. I mean, again, you guys are going to be
it's a good direction.
You guys don't want to put out trash content, man. I mean, it doesn't help you guys to do that. I mean, like, or anybody, putting out trash stuff. I mean, put those good clips together, man. Everybody wants to see them. All right, guys, let's go to week 4 after we beat you guys and you're 2-1. Then you guys are at the Rebels. You guys are at the Rebels. There you go, Greg. Week 2, week 4.
Will Greg be starting in that one?
Oh yeah. Lacasse and Greg
will be starting.
We can confirm that the Rebels the former Rebels, the Rebels will be playing the Rebels. All right.
Okay, so
that's
Lacasse and Grass.
Yeah. Week 2, yeah. I'm sure you'll see them week 2 as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Wow.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
So. There's been rumor about where we're fishing in Rhode Island, and I mean, I don't know if it's been approved yet, but all I gotta say is ugh.
I could say that about anything in Rhode Island, man.
I mean,
yeah.
Is when I was up in Connecticut and I hit up a couple of you guys to go fish, like they were like, "Why do you want to fish in Rhode Island?" And I was, all right, okay,
yeah. I mean, there's some good spots, but I mean, the one river that has been rumored to be in play, I would say it's probably, if we had 50 fisheries in Rhode Island, it's probably like around like the 65th best fishery in the state. So, yeah, when I was talking to Lacasse, he was telling me about locations on the river that were that's being talked about, and he's saying, if you get an 18, that's probably going to be your kicker. So I'm excited.
I'm
I can see the excitement.
I'm excited for this opportunity to catch an 18-incher as my kicker.
There's places in Rhode Island that are much better where you can go up. But the thing is like is permits. If you don't pull the permits, if you're not pulling the permits now,
Yeah.
or I mean, I pull my permits for the local trail in October. I'm already in with the DEM here, sending in my locations, and even when I got all the schedules put together, and even when I put my permits in October, I still had one of the locations denied. So it's tough. Like sometimes you got to bring people to fisheries that suck because there's permits that are already pulled. But this place doesn't require permits, and it's for a reason.
But I think there's something to say about some can fish those lakes that suck. It really shows that angler can fish when he's grinding for one bite, when the tournament's won with 2 fish. Like, I know I talked to Kukulis about it and how bad Jersey fishing is. And he was saying, like, every bite matters. Like, he had a tournament that was won with a 2 fish limit. And he's like, you really see, like, a lot of the really good anglers are getting those bites in those super tough fisheries. So I'm okay with going tough fisheries because it's a challenge. Everybody.
But does it have shopping carts and homeless people?
Yeah.
In the
Oh
water?
yeah, for sure.
Like Neely Henry. That was beautiful.
To be honest, it probably does. You might find some bodies in there too, but the other thing is like the Rebels team doesn't. I feel like here's okay. You got me. You baited me in. Here it comes. I feel like the Rebels team doesn't have much experience on this place either. They just don't. And I know that because we never fish tournaments at this river ever, because it just isn't good. Plain and simple. It isn't good. So I feel like it's almost, they're trying to game it so that they're going to take me to somewhere that I'm not familiar with. But I'm telling you right now, I'm getting my haul in a week. I'm getting my links in 2 weeks. I'm going to be on that river for the next 4 months until it's time.
There you go.
4 or 5 months to fish. And I'm going to know it like the back of my hand better than anybody else on the Rebels is going to know it. And unfortunately, that's going to be a problem for them, because if they can't find kickers, then it is what it is.
Yo,
I've been fishing Rhode Island waters my whole life, and I won Angler of the Year local trail this year for Ocean State Kayak Bassin. And I mean, bring it, because we're both basically on the same playing field. No one knows the place, and that's really it. So New Hampshire's got just as good of a chance, if not better, to win that game than the Rebels do.
Greg,
and there you go. There's your clip. No, sir.
Shut up, Jake Bethel. Keep going.
You're getting my blood boiling right now. Greg. I love it.
I'm fired up.
I love it, man.
So Cress, are you guaranteeing a victory?
Oh God.
I'm never going to guarantee a victory.
You didn't go that far.
First of all, we got to get there without getting absolutely slapped around. We'll probably be, we'll have to. We're going to take it 1 week at a time, like any solid team does.
I don't know, man. You look like you're pretty looking forward to that schedule, man.
I'm definitely. You definitely put a little asterisk or a check mark next to it, or a little smiley face or something like that. But I'm going to be working on that week from 2 weeks from now to the time we play them. So, and when I got a free night or something like that, but play only, I got a 8-minute ride, 10-minute ride to some of the launches. So I'm going to be all over it.
To be fair, Greg, it's only 15 minutes across the state. So
yeah.
There you go. Wow.
I'm ready to go.
I love it. This is why we do these interviews, man, because we want to, I mean, look, this is real stuff, man. It's like, there's
great.
I mean, there's obviously dislike, and stuff like that so I mean, obviously with Massachusetts, with Rhode Island, I mean, look, there's a lot of things moving around. I mean, there's a lot of disagreements, and there's this and that. There's a lot of behind the scenes story stuff that, hasn't been told or won't be told. But look, man, like, here's the deal. When we first started KFL, I mean, we love Norfolk, but we don't like them as a team. Like, we rival each other. Same thing with Virginia Reapers. We don't like those guys. I mean, we just don't.
Not the same thing. I don't love them at all. There's no love there. There's no love there. I just want to whoop that ass.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So,
and I see what you did. You put them as our first matchup of the season.
We'll get to you later. We'll get to you later.
I don't even want to talk about me. I want to talk about the fact, Greg, both Gregs, is this river that you're talking about, is this Real Foot 2.0?
No.
Is it what?
No.
It's not Real Foot 2.0. So
No,
I
Real Foot
paid
was...
attention to KBBT, but one of the KBBT championships was on a place called Real Foot. And it was really tough out there. And just going to what Jake said, he said he loves when, like, no, he didn't say he loves. He said it shows when, like, anglers are able to catch fish on a fishery that's notorious for being super tough. It shows the skill level of those anglers. So I was just wondering if I didn't know if you knew about Real Foot. I was just wondering if you would say this is Real Foot 2.0 as a river.
No, honestly, I probably fished it. I think I've been on it twice. Once was like in the middle of the winter, so I really don't count that. I was just kind of checking really to see if I wanted to put it on the local trail. And just based on what I saw and the life in there, not much. I mean, I get it. It was the winter. And then another time, I think I was fishing it from the bank, like when I was a kid. So I don't really have much experience on it, but once I get that inbounds, it's going to be, like anything else. I'm going to break it down. I've got the whole river I can access within 30-minute drive. So
beautiful.
I'll be filling the chat up with plenty of information. That's for sure.
Right. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. Ryan Nye is on this week 5. How beautiful this guy looks, right? He's on the show tonight. He's commenting. Maniacs come to the sticks. What do y'all think, man? This Maniacs team is rebuilt, man. And I'm talking to Jason Gardner. He's very, very confident. He's not talking a lot of trash this year, but he's very confident about this team that he's put together this year. They're good. I mean, they're a solid team. I mean, they had a lot of infighting and disagreements last year and stuff like that, and just really couldn't get together as a team. This is a new team, and things are going, from what I hear, very smooth. But I mean, are they going to be able to transfer it on the water? I don't know, man. What do you guys think?
As long as Judy stops causing all these fights. She's out of control.
Who said that?
I mean, Judy Richardson. I tell you what. She's definitely the cause of the infighting. No doubt about it. Tammy, you know Judy pretty well. What do y'all think about her competing?
Yeah, I love Judy. She's a great competitor, but she's also just a great overall angler. Just loves to fish. Is always excited to fish. I just love her attitude about it all. So, yeah, I think they have a really competitive team this year. It'd be a good.
Can you run down that lineup? No, sorry, I haven't seen anything. Do you have it? If it's accessible to you, quick.
You talk about the roster for let me see the KFL roster. Yeah. I'll have to pull that up.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not right there, don't worry about it.
I can get it real easy. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Let's see.
While you doing that, I just want to put out there that I got Blackbeard for like GM of the year at this point, right? So far, he took a beast of a team and somehow made it better. I don't even know how he did that, but I feel like he's got like some type of hypnotism tricks he's using, or he's like bribing, or like he's got a gun.
It's not him. It's I mean, how could you say no to this beautiful face right here? I mean, you're not gonna let this man down. You know what I mean? I mean, would you rather have that face or this one?
Matt Miller. Matt Miller.
He is dreaming. Matt Lee is dreaming.
He does remind me of
Thanks, Steve.
Problem.
Yeah, no doubt. So hey,
I'm jealous of his beard still, though.
Maine's roster is Jason Garner, Brandy Ouellette, John and Judy Richardson, Chris Pendergrass, Brian Voldernick, Jake Young, Chris Nichols, Chris Schultz, and Jason Breard.
Okay.
Oh, that was kind of sarcastic. Okay.
Dude, I thought it was just me. I thought it was just me.
You know,
I thought it was sarcastic as well.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Looking good though.
No, we
We're
love
looking
those
forward
guys.
to it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Week 6, man. Week 6, we've got the Maulers come to town.
Let's go.
We're ready.
Yep.
Listen,
July
somebody's
15th.
got to dethrone those guys. They've been there both years. It's got to be done. All right? Got to be done.
July 15th. Look who's stopping in. What's up, John?
Mhm.
But yeah,
July 15th, right in the meat of post spawn, right as it's fishing really, really well.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Battle number 2. I mean, week 1 versus them, that's going to be a slugfest, and so is this one. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, let's go. We'll be on Winnie.
Okay.
Probably know who they're bringing. We think we know who we're starting. You know, let's go. It's going to be awesome.
That one's circled on the calendar.
I believe it.
So, hey, I got a question for you, Steve.
Yeah.
Have you guys figured out who's fishing each tournament or each matchup already, or do you go by pre-fishing? Do you guys have a system that you go by to figure out who's fishing what?
This year we're already starting to plan. Look, the certain games that you know you're going to start, right? Like, all right, we got the Maulers. We're playing, in Massachusetts. Mike said the Snip. We know what Kraz did there week 1 with the Rebels. Kraz and Lacasse know it very well. I love that place. And then the talent we have on the team with Jake, Matt, Kevin Dowie, Ewing. So, like everybody. But last year was a little different. Like last year hey, Jake, you're starting every game, right? Matt Lee, you're starting every game you can. So then we had 2 people that, all right, 4 or 6 others we're going to pre-fish. I mean, no one worked as hard as we did last year, so it made the job of picking the top 4 easy. But last year it wasn't really set. This year I think we'll have a better understanding of who's going to start what game. And it's going to be tougher this year with 8 games, 10 people. So, yeah. Last year was more like you'll know the week before if you're definitely in. But pre-fish and earn it. You can earn that start. If you're hot and you're on them, you're going to go. But we were also we had that win streak to start the season. So, we played the hot hand for a while there the first half of the year. I mean, you saw Angeles, Lee, Kukulis,
Steve, talk about Kevin. What does he do behind the scenes for you guys? And is the organizing, all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes on every team. Kevin's kind of that guy, right? I mean, that helps you guys put all this logistics and crap together and
the Gray Bush. Yeah, he's not here tonight. Yeah, no, Kevin's an awesome help. He's the veteran on the team, so he's got a career in finance, so he's the business side of it, and he talks to sponsors with me, helps with the budget. I mean, he does a lot of things. I mean, the sponsorship brochure for the sticks that I sent you, Greg. I mean, Kevin did all that. I told him what I wanted. He got me that. So I mean, hey, Tammy, I want to have a team meeting. Can you get a team meeting together? She'll give me the spreadsheet of days people are available.
Yeah.
Matt, everyone chips in. Kevin does an awesome job. I wish he was here. Like we didn't know this was going to be the Sticks team interview, so I feel bad for the guys who couldn't make it. I know Justin Lacasse, thoughts and prayers to his family. I know his father passed away last night. And I know same thing for the Siddiqui family. I heard Eric's dad passed away today, so
yeah,
thoughts and prayers. We love you guys. It was last minute, so hey, team interview tonight.
Yeah, no, we get it, man. Yeah, our thoughts and prayers go out to both. That's very, very sad.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy and Jake, I have a question for both of you. So going from last year, right? I would say last year your team was relatively nobody really knew what to expect from your squad, right? So you guys came out and your team came out and you kind of laid the smackdown really quickly, really early on, first 3 games, and you kind of said, "Hey, this is who we are. We're here for real. We're for real." Going from that last year, where you were kind of relatively unknown as a team, to now, I would say this year, you're probably heralded as probably one of the favorites to get to the championship. Has that affected you individually at all? And how does it feel to go from where you were last year to where you are now this year?
Individually, I'm gonna go out. I'm working. I'm gonna outwork, and that's what I do. I'm gonna pre-fish harder. I'm gonna be the first one in and the first one out, or first one in, last one out, and that's what I do. And I'm gonna keep on rolling. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. They didn't know our names. They know them now. There's no difference. They know what's coming, and they should get ready for it.
Lunch pail, man. Bring your lunch pail. We're going to work, boys.
He's not good by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Tammy?
Matt, right there with me, always putting in the work, the long hours on the water, and we're getting it done. And Tammy up in Maine, there was a lot of times where we went up 2-3 times to lakes to get a lot of pre-fishing in. Down in Rhode Island, I think I was there like 2 or 3 times before that tournament.
Tammy is determined. Tammy at that main tournament ran a pattern, continued to run a pattern that we were having trouble finding fish on, and we decided to go with something else. Luckily, it worked very well. But she continued running that pattern, and once the afternoon hit, it makes total sense for what she was doing, she stayed with it. She stayed focused on it and knew that something was going to happen, and then she just started putting good fish, like big fish too. So that's Tammy's. She is able to stay focused on one thing, something that she knows that is a good decision, and that's what really like is her strong suit. Like some of us were like running around like, okay, we gotta try this, we gotta try that, and like no, she's able to stay calm and focused on something that she knows works and make it produce.
Love it.
Awesome. I mean, I know we got a lot of opposing players in the watching right now. They're like, who's favorite? You know, hey Jack, I love the Connecticut Renegades, man. You know I love you, bro. I love all y'all. But let's be honest here. This team came out and laid a smackdown last year, and they probably have high expectations this year. And you got Blackbeard up there. You know he's always running his mouth, yelling about how great they are. So like great expectations, and I think they might be able to back that up. I'm gonna be excited to see him. I already told Blackbeard I'm gonna be looking to go against them guys in the playoffs or in the championship. Actually, I have to be in the championship.
Yeah. Okay.
Privateers are back, baby. Sleeper pick this season, no doubt, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are
good to have you back too, man. You know.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, you guys are just like completely pushing us
What's
aside.
we're in
the north this
what's
year.
the odds at the KFL casino, Nosar?
Hey man, I have to check with a couple people, man, that know better than I do. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's been reported on several news events that we have an illegal gambling ring. So I'll check with those guys. They didn't seem to know a lot more than
400 to 1.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man.
I'll take that.
I don't know. Yeah. All right, week 7, guys. You guys go to the Renegades. Speaking of the Renegades, at the Renegades, there you go. I mean, that's
love it.
No slouch team, man. I think the Renegades are for real. I mean, they had a tough year last year. I was surprised on how they did, but I mean, they had breaks didn't go their way here and there. It just happens. But this team, that's not going to happen this year. This team is like ranked, I think, number 10. After the number 10, top 10 team this year. I truly think that they are. This is going to be a great game, and I'll tell you guys. I mean, this is going to be one of these games in positions. Let's say you guys are like, 6-1 at this point, week going into week 7. This game could mean a lot for you.
No doubt.
Watch.
It's cool that we still get to play Connecticut because they are, even though they want to be New York. I mean, they're still New England. So within our division, it's cool that we get to play those guys. We know the talent that they have, right? Like last year, we had the bye week 4, and then they came in week 5 after the 4th of July break. So we had like 3 weeks, and that was gear up for that. Like we knew that was going to be a battle, right?
Right.
Like that was pretty intense. The guys can attest to that. Like Matt, Jake, get ready for that game. And they brought it. That was a great game. So it's cool that we get to play them again this time we go down there. It's going to be, we're not at home, so it's cool that we get to play them again. But yeah, they're no joke at all. So
Hey,
that's definitely going to be important in a big game late in the season.
hey,
We
Matt.
got home lakes for Connecticut yet? Sorry to cut you off.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
For sure, I don't know.
Yeah, they're not due to be in yet. And most of you teams are afraid to put your home lakes out before they have to be out because you're afraid of what Jig Master is going to come to your lake and do. But that's okay. We're just
I agree.
let that ride.
I agree.
I have a question for you, Matt.
Yeah.
You were on the squad last year, correct?
Yeah.
So last year, when was your team's first game?
Our first game,
I don't need exact date, but what month?
early June, I
Early
believe.
June. And when is your team's first game this year?
Late April.
Late April. How does it?
All right, Nye.
Are you guys? Is your team excited? The fact that hey, we're gonna. Well, actually, you're further north, so it's not going to be the same for the northern guys as it is.
It's not like a southern team where that's getting into the immediate post spawn down in Alabama.
I guess I shouldn't
Florida.
say that. I should say you guys are probably on the opposite end of that because it's probably still going to be a little bit more. The water's probably going to still be a little bit more frigid up there.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, sometimes when it is cold, when it starts creeping above 45 here, things turn on well. And these aren't Florida strain bass. I mean, these are northern strain largemouth. If we're fishing largemouth, that's the thing. We have a couple options, but they respond well to rising temperatures. So once they get out of, their winter slowdown, they really do start becoming more active, feeding heavily. They feed. I mean, the condition of some of these fish unfortunately, it's not a weight tournament, but you're seeing 19-inch fish that are weighing close to 5, almost over 5 pounds. They just put the feed bag on pre-spawn. So
I know exactly. So only reason I know of this, 2 reasons. One, because I watch what's his name? The Asian dude, Greg
Blanchard.
Taco?
Blanchard. I watch him, and every time he goes to Caillou,
Why you gotta be racist, man? Call him an Asian dude.
Because is that racist? That's just being specific. But anyway, every time he goes to Cayuga, he's catching footballs. So I know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Cayuga is a different story. Those
exactly
fish in there.
Talking about because of that, and then I got a lake here that I keep trying to get Mr. Nosar to come fish with me. But I got a lake here. It's full of northern strain, all northern strain, no Florida strain in there. But dude, I'll tell you straight up, there's 16-inch fish in there that are pushing 5 pounds, and it's just like this is ridiculous, And it's a 3-foot deep lake, and it's all cypress trees.
Oh, you're talking about Stumpy.
Hey man, don't Lake X.
Oh
Lake
man,
X.
Please.
We'll be there
Everybody
next
knows that,
weekend,
right?
Greg.
Everybody knows that lake. What are you talking
It's
about,
okay.
man?
It's okay because everybody knows about Stumpy. It's all
Yeah.
right.
Every town is stumped in the country, so don't
The
worry.
thing-
They're just weird looking fish, man. They're weird.
If anybody comes down here and they want to fish with Jig Master or anybody,
They look like hybrids.
anybody from the Reapers, that'll probably be one of the places that I take you, and we'll go there. And all you need is a flipping stick, a jig rod, and maybe a chatterbait rod.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's pretty cool. All right, let's end the season, guys. We're going to week 8. Man, you guys end with at Maniacs. There you go. Tammy, you end the season week 8 again at Maniacs. Can we see the repeat?
Oh, I don't know. I think I heard they're changing their lakes, but I don't know. But yeah, I definitely would love to be there.
We won't be at the same place, but let's put it this way: we all love fishing in Maine, so we're looking forward to it.
Maine fish are the dumbest fish on the planet.
It's shocking how big they are up there, though.
Yeah, and you could go out and put 95 inches up in half a day if they're biting. It's just the place is so good, and there's just so many. There's so many fisheries in Maine and there's all the different trouts and all this stuff. And I don't know, Matley and Angus, you guys should probably tell it better than I can, but
That's the beauty of Maine.
No one
Maine's
bass
beautiful.
fishes.
Yeah. It's awesome
They'll
fishing.
hit anything you throw at them.
There's so many bodies of water that the pressure just gets spread out. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of lakes that you can go catch. Well, maybe not thousands and thousands. There has to be over 1,000 of bodies of water where you can catch bass in that state. And so that spreads out the pressure significantly. So New Hampshire's a small state. We have, a couple dozen major water bodies, and those places get hit very hard. They're still able to grow well, and we still have good fisheries, but they do get a lot of fishing pressure. So that adds another element into it. So
yeah. So we'll close on this. We made some changes this year, 24 teams, 3 divisions, 2 conferences, 4 teams in each division. What do you guys think about that model where you guys play now every team twice? There can be no argument with that. And basically you got to win your division to get into the playoffs. You have a 1 in 4 chance, in each team to get in, and you need to win your division to get in. What do you guys think about that model?
It's awesome. Everyone's squared up. Everyone's got their shot, home and away. Fishing at home is going to be key. Winning away is going to be key. I think this team, the management on this team put together a team that can win all around New England, and knowing that that's going to be the case come this year, going to have to put them up, going to have to beat people on the road. You're not going to be able to win and split every time. You have to win on the road this year in order to make things happen. So the format is great. Gives everyone an equal shot.
Yeah, I like it.
A couple more games have been awesome, so we could go to Cayuga as well, and maybe Motor City. But divisionally, it's awesome. Like Brad said, each play each other, home and home. That's the right way to do it. That's cool. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so before we log off, I would like to hear each person that we have on here right now, the game you have starred on the schedule personally, starting with you, Steve.
Nozar, when you coming up?
Week 3, baby. Week 3.
I've been having trouble getting to sleep the last couple of weeks, just thinking of where I'm going and what I'm doing. Just to.
I know you're nervous. I know you're nervous. I mean,
just to crush Greg's dreams, hopes and dreams that week.
Ain't gonna happen.
Bring it.
What about you, Greg?
It's got to be week 4 against Rhode Island at home.
I don't even know why I asked that. I think everybody already knew the answer to that. I don't even know. I'm looking.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Week 1 against Mass at Snip again is a close second.
Yeah. What about you, Jake?
Connecticut.
Go
out that way.
They want us. I see them chirping on Facebook. The last couple of months. I'm sure that's the game they have scheduled. So that's a really big, massive one. So it's a good one, Jake.
I like it.
Yeah.
Tammy?
All of them.
Oh no, you got to pick one.
Gosh, I don't know. I in for all of them. I don't have. I don't know. All of them are big. I just want to contribute where. I don't know. I guess just on this team, just Mass Maulers, I think, are the team I really want. So that would probably be my 1 star at home.
Good, honest answer.
I like it.
Matt?
July 15th, Maulers, Winnie, let's go.
Oh, he knows the date, time, everything. I like it, man. I like it. I mean, this is what it's about, man. This is what, I hope you guys had fun last year. I know I did. I mean, it was disappointing, obviously, how the season ended, but just want you to come back for more. And, man, I'm looking forward to seeing this team. This team's, look, they're ranked number 2 preseason. Obviously, preseason doesn't mean jack. You got to prove it on the water. You got to prove it on the scoreboard. You have to prove it in the standings. It means absolutely nothing what we think. Man, this is going to be a team. And from the get-go, we're going to find out who the big dogs and who are and how they bark. And you guys have an unbelievable game out of the chute. This KFL from top to bottom is going to be the most competitive, fun, unpredictable season yet, and I cannot wait till it gets started, man. It's going to be great.
I agree. This season with KFL, I mean, this is the year it goes off. It's going to be awesome. The talent across the league, 24 solid teams. I mean, it's going to be something special. It's going to be awesome. Let's do it.
And I'm looking forward to the strength of schedule show that it's come. Oh, did I leak just now?
Yeah, you did.
Teaser?
yeah, you did. So yeah, we're going to do that here later. Guys, talk about your sponsors. We'll get out of here.
Yeah, Enduro Power, Subaru New England, two awesome sponsors. I mean, Enduro Power, they fueled all of our anglers last year, again this season. Matt can talk about them a little bit.
Can't kill those things. Great. I mean, they're fantastic. They're small, lots of power. Gets you through a 12 to 13 mile day on Winnipesaukee on one charge. I mean, it's really, you can't say enough about them. Fantastic batteries.
And I heard they're extremely light.
And they're smaller and lighter than the competitors.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Which works well for me with my smaller and lighter boat.
Yeah, I cut 2 case sizes. I went from a group size 31 down to a group size 27. So 2 full group size my battery box.
Nice.
A lot of room.
Awesome product. Yep. Subaru New England. You know, I think it's 29 dealerships, Subaru dealerships all across New England. Awesome company. Huge supporters. Expedition Trailers. Now based out of Missouri. Awesome company. They make some insane off-grid rigs. You know, you want to go camping off-grid, check them out. Real Tree Fishing. You know, honored to represent them this year. Dennis K. Burke, New England's leading fuel and diesel supplier. If you're getting gas in New England, even if the gas station is getting it from a different distributor, it's coming from Dennis K. Burke. They're awesome. Great company. Pumped to have them on this year. Nassau Resort on Lake Winnipesaukee, Laconia. Greg, we'll go there. We'll go to the NASBA. Siddiqui likes that place too. Sniper Marine, pretty pumped to have them on. Let Jake talk about that product a little bit.
Yeah, so they got their forward-facing sonar pole. I'm super excited to get my hands on it. It has a wrist grip style, so a lot of the standards everyone's using, you got to go around all the way forth. Some people don't like, they got to lean over in their kayaks to get their pole spun around. It's single. It's one twist. You can do a lot more fine with it. It stays locked in position. And I talked to the owner, and he's saying I can't break it. So see how I can do with that. Super excited to get my hands, and great guy, great owner, and I'm super pumped to have him.
Hey Jake, I think I also saw that you can switch it to what's the other mode? The when you turn it horizontal.
Scout.
Scout.
Yeah, you can switch it to scout mode with like one hand. It doesn't take a lot to switch to a different mode.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's super light, like carbon fiber shaft.
Yep.
I think it's a genius product at a time where everyone's buying live scope. Made in America.
It's such a good idea.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So much less distraction from, you know, keeping track of what you're doing when you're fishing.
Yeah, I saw Jordan rig it, and it looked awesome. It really, you know, awesome accessory for your kayak for sure. Cool.
We got a couple more. Yak FX. You guys need graphics. Any KFL team out there? They're going to be launching soon. They're the ones who did our wraps last year, and it's a division of VFX wraps. So you see Iconelli's boat and his truck. You know, all those major league pros and collegiate bass boats. That's VFX wraps. So Yak FX is a division of that. Just kayak stuff. So you need decals for your team, you want wraps, I know there's a team discount. If you're a KFL team, hit them up. It's a great way to, when you're proposing stuff to sponsors, you're showing them some extra advertisement that they're getting, right? Like, here's where your logo is going to be on this kayak. You can check ours out, how it looks. If you need decals, maybe we could do a package of, a big team decal, and, you sponsor decals for each team. But check them out. They do amazing work. OT wear jerseys, best jerseys. I mean, how comfortable were those shirts last year, guys?
Super comfortable throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
Also offers a KFL team discount. Best jersey company out there. Hit them up. Hit up Keith. Mountain Road Trading Post, top 10 new canoe dealer in the country. Bonafide, Old Town, anything outdoors in Raymond, New Hampshire. That's a place to go. The place is awesome. So you need a kayak, let us know. If you're in New England, check that place out. It's incredible. Anything you need for fishing, camping, outdoors, hunting, that place is awesome too. So thank you guys. Couldn't do it without you. We have great sponsors. They're some of our biggest fans. If I'm not dressing a game, I'm getting text messages like, oh, like they're watching, they're rooting us on. Great job. So they're part of the team too. So we're very fortunate to have them.
Hell yeah.
And hope we can bring them with us. I mean, we got a tough schedule this year, no doubt, but confident in the talent we have in the locker room. Awesome humans too. So it's going to be fun.
All eyes on you guys, man. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Every game's going to be a grind, man. I mean, you guys don't have an easy schedule by any means. It's going to be fun to see what you guys do. And I mean, very important this team starts off good. I mean, really, really am. And the pressure's on you guys. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, Jake, pressure's on you, man. I mean, everybody knows who you are now. I mean, there's no doubt. You hold that big blue trophy right now, man. It's I mean, hey, Matt, Nick asked a question. Are you running Live Scope this year?
I am going to be running it this year. This will be a new experience, and I think that's going to help me a lot.
So are you running Live Scope, or are you running Lowrance at the
active target?
Active target? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So I got to get kind of my bearings with that. I'll be out there early. Luckily, I don't think we're going to be iced in very long. So be out there early, getting used to it and getting ready for the season. Yeah.
Now, does that sniper marine accessory work with active target as well?
It works with all the live sonar brands. So
okay.
Mega Live, Panoptics, and Active Target. Yep.
Right on.
If you guys can use code STICKS, that should be active now. So save a little dough if you're going to get that sniper marine scope. I know the Scout scope is the kayak model. They do bass boat models as well. But I think eight of the 10 sticks are running Live Scope this year. Maybe 9, and then just the gray bush is the one who doesn't have it. But he likes the swamps anyway. But he might already have it. He's been busy at work, so he's been quiet.
I got you, man. Well, guys, thanks for coming on tonight, man. I know it was kind of last minute, but good stuff, man. I look forward to seeing this team. Robert, any closing thoughts, man?
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Need it in the championship when you face the Privateers.
We're looking forward to seeing it.
I would love it.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing. I think Noah Fark's going to bring it this year. So, Blackbeard. I mean, I always love that the Privateers.
Like Dan Perry said, when I was talking to him, man, the Norfolk Privateers really caught on when Robert went to the submarine. I mean, that's the truth. I hate hearing it. Once he went out to sea, all of a sudden they start winning. I mean, coincidence? I don't know.
I will be okay with being just a manager as long as we're winning.
That's good.
But I can say if I'm not in the game, who's there to catch 24-inch plus fish?
I don't know. David's been whipping your ass as of late, man.
Don't be bringing up.
So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys. Thanks for coming on. Take care.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Look forward to the season.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.